Hello and welcome to His Heart Zero By. My name is Jake and joining me today are...
Chris.
Oh, we're going now.
Apparently, yeah.
We're rushing through this, like Enterprise did
Come on!
in the last episode.
I can take it down.
It's Ames.
Caitlin.
And Jake. Wait, I already said my name. Fuck.
We'll fix it in post.
Damn it.
No.
Yeah, I know.
I'm post and I'm lazy.
The reason I'm speaking so quickly is because we have no time. We have 0 hour.
But how many minutes?
42.
That's fair. Okay.
Yeah. Nope. Yep.
It was actually a 42-minute episode.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. We are talking about 0 Hour. It is the culmination of this entire thrilling season of Star Trek
Thrilling is the word we're going
Enterprise.
with. I would have said exhausting.
It's a little from column A and all
Did
the
you
rest
try-
from column B. 0 Hour.
9 a.m.
Yes, so this is the culmination of the Xindi arc. What do we got going on? Well, I'll tell you. So where we left off last time, our boy Archer and Reed and Hoshi and some Makos were Makoing their way towards the weapon that was also headed to Earth.
And our nameless Xindi primate friend.
Oh yeah, and the Xindis, they're there. And meanwhile, on the Enterprise, T'Pol and Phlox and Trip and Mayweather are heading toward the Sphere. So we're kind of heading in two different directions, two different missions, and it's not going great. So the Sphere builders, let's do them plot by plot here.
Yeah, because they bounced back and forth and were real distracting.
So let's start with the Enterprise. So Enterprise heading towards the Sphere. Sphere builders get wind of this, and they're like, shit, well, we got to turn up the juice. So they
pump up the volume.
They rapidly expand their spatial distortion around the Sphere 41, which is where the Enterprise is going, and that turns it into like that Jello shit. And
flavor.
And they're like, well, shit, we can't fly in that because that kills us.
Mint peptide.
So Phlox says, well, we can. I can give you a shot that should let us last for, I don't know, like 15 minutes. And T'Pol's like, all right, just do it. Meanwhile, Trip's like, yeah, but if we fire the deflector dish, we might blow up the ship. And T'Pol's like, you fucking moron. We have to do this, you idiot. And he's like, you're right. And then Mayweather's like, boy, this is, you're not giving me a lot to work with here, flying through the Jello. And she's like, yeah, well, you can't even use the impulse drive. Or Trip's like, we can't even use the impulse drive. He's like, God damn it, Trip. So anyway, we get there, we blast through the Jello, we make it to the Sphere, and we start shooting it with our jizz stream from the deflector dish. And it doesn't look like it's going to work, but then it does. And we escape and we blow up the Sphere, and they crumple, they kind of implode, and then it's a chain reaction. It takes on the entire network, and the entire expanse returns to normal space, and the Sphere builders are quite angry. The end.
Best cellular network in America, my ass.
Yeah. All right, on the A plot, that I guess you'd call the B plot. They're co-A plots. That was plot 1. This is plot A. Back in plot A, Archer and company are on their way to intercept the sphere. The other sphere, the different sphere, the weapon that's heading to Earth. It gets there, and it's about to fire, and then before it fires on Earth, the Xindis are like, you know what? Let's have some fun and just blow up that fucking telescope-looking thing over there. So they do that, and while they're wasting their time destroying that, who shows up? Our old friend Shran, who just was around, apparently.
Deus ex Andoria.
Yeah, seriously. And he's just like, well, Pink Skin, I figure you needed my help, so I showed up. And you know what? You're damn right we needed your help, because honestly, if he hadn't shown up, that fucking Degra ship would have got wasted in milliseconds, and they would have never made it onto the Sphere.
And yet still somehow terribly underused.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Hoshi, who is still recovering from her brain problem, is...
I already did.
Archer has like...
Oh, Chris got the reference. Yay!
Aggressively...
It's a Futurama reference.
Yes, we know. Has aggressively ordered her to decode Degra's secret plans in order to find out how to shut down or destroy the machine. And even though she's like really difficult, and she's like really having a difficult time with it because of her, brain attack, she's still doing it. And Archer's still yelling at her for no reason, but he likes yelling, so we'll let him yell. And then Reed's like, maybe we should go easy on Hoshi. And Archer's like, fuck you, Reed!
And Reed's like, yes, yell at me. I actually like it.
Yes, get the whip.
Spank me, Captain.
Oh my god.
Spare the rod, spoil me.
That's weird, but I'm into it.
Anyway, so she figures it out, and then they beam over to the Death Star. The weapon, and then they're in the Duel of Fates reactor room, having a Duel of Fates fight with the Mako. Like the one Mako that was there did one thing, and then the other ones all get wasted.
Yeah, and you only learn his name if you read it on his chest. Yes. His name was Forbes. Thank you, Forbes.
Good old Forbes. So Hoshi is talking Archer through shutting down the weapon, which apparently just involves flipping some fluorescent lights upside down. And then once he does that, he's just going to use explosives to finish it off. I don't know why he just start with the explosives, but whatever. I don't know. I'm a fucking scientist. So he has to do it in a specific order, and he's taking forever because he's slow as dog shit. And he gets all down to the last two, and then Hoshi drops the thing that said what the order was, and then she's like, no, it's this, and this. It seems like a big problem, but then it's not. It's barely inconvenience, because she does happen to just remember which the order is. She flips it over. He flips it over. And then he's like, all right, now get your ass out of here, Reed. He's like, no, Captain, I want to blow myself up. He's like, no, I'm blowing myself up today. You go blow yourself somewhere else. And he sends Reed and Hoshi away, and then he's just about to blow up the thing, and then, oh no, it's fucking Lizard Man shows up. He's like, you've destroyed everything! And then there's a fucking boring-ass fucking fight. Like, exactly the same fight from Star Trek Insurrection.
Or Arena.
Yeah. It was like, yeah, the Insurrection fight at the pace of the Arena fight.
Good.
But needless to say, Archer manages to stick a grenade to the enemy, to Dahlem, and blows him up.
Utterly.
Like they showed it. They showed everything, including the blood-spattered walls of the room. And, So, he kills that guy, and then he sets off the explosives, and then he does a slow-mo running away from the explosion without looking at it, because he is a badass.
Where's he going to run to?
I don't know.
Where is he running?
But needless to say,
locked door.
Needless to say, he blows up the thing, kills everybody, everyone's happy, except, oh no, we didn't beam Archer off in time, and he's dead.
Ah, dang.
So it's sort of it's bittersweet. But anyway, Enterprise, they get to fly home in the belly of the Beast in one of the whale ships.
Aquatic.
Oh, one of them survived? That's nice.
Yeah, so they get to fly home in an aquatic ship. T'Pol and Trip have more, make more eyes at each other. They're definitely going to bang some more. But when they get back to Earth, they're like, hey, Earth, we did it. We saved you guys. Guys? Hello? Hello?
I made my family disappear.
Wow, yes.
But yeah, so Earth is apparently not picking up the phone, so they send Reed and, Trip and Mayweather to go check out, see what's going on,
and Hoshi, because since she's a communications officer, she obviously knows how to fix a telephone.
Yes. So they get there, and they're like, well, looks like San Francisco, and then, oh my god, we're being attacked by fucking fighter airplanes, like propeller air, what the fuck? So we're kind of left there thinking, what the fuck? And then cut to some war hospital, like
MASH unit.
MASH 20th century thing.
Das Mash.
Yeah, everyone is speaking German, and then just in case we weren't getting it, they show us a big ass fucking swastika, so we know, oh, it's Nazis.
And Kirk.
I did not see that coming.
And then pan to, we see a wounded, but very much not dead, Archer.
Oh no.
Who is being treated evidently in this Nazi German field hospital. And then some Nazi soldiers come in, and they're like, is this the human? Wait, we is all humans here, right? Wait, no! This Nazi is some kind of weird alien thing! Oh no! And then cut to black.
And then they go scamper off and have some Führerkuchen.
Yeah, that's the cliffhanger. The cliffhanger is that there's Nazis and alien Nazis.
Nosferatu looking alien.
Yes, so
even more than the Remans.
That was
like
about as
Nosferatus.
concise as I could make it. It was still 12 minutes.
It's amazing because really nothing fucking happened.
I know.
It was just 38 minutes of climax and then Nazis.
It was 38 minutes of climax. Sounds okay.
Yeah. It was also whiplash inducing too, because we got the two plots going on, and each scene, I swear, was probably 20 seconds long. And they bounced back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth until I'm like, which fucking scene are we in?
And what an anticlimactic end to the sphere thing.
It just crumpled because we shot it with
Not
something?
even that, but it's like, they're in the thing and we can't stop them and never mind, we're fine.
It would have been more interesting if they had to go inside of it, like
yeah,
a Death
I was sort of
Star.
expecting they would have to go inside.
I don't know, just anything is better than... Also, like I said, when we were watching it, it's like, oh, apparently the sphere builders are also the Borg because you can shoot them if you cycle your frequency modulator in your phaser.
Well, it sounded like it wasn't like a cycle, it was like a specific frequency that Phlox happened to know. But it still didn't seem like it did anything to him.
I think it knocked out like one of them, and the other two were like, woo, 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 woo.
Let's just go in the wall.
Is it going for a
I forgot we could have done this the whole fucking time.
Why are we even wandering the halls of this ship?
Yeah,
Why
we
did
could
we
be
just
walking
go
straight through walls.
They can do the fucking Street Fighter ass fucking fireballs from the hands. They got more magic powers than Vulcans.
They have a ton of magic powers, yeah.
Fucking hate them, and I hope we never see them again.
I don't think we do, so that'll be nice.
Oh, but you never know what Star Trek might bring back these days.
Oh, that's true. It'll be in the finale of Discovery, which is, by the time this airs, will have happened by now, so good. It's over. Oh, but then we have to cover it! I have to watch it again!
See, I
Right
like...
away, too.
Well, then again, I liked Enterprise, so... But no, I know I like Discovery still.
It's exhausting. Like this episode. This episode was exhausting.
There's just so much, but it was also just a lot... It was just lengthy action sequences that I wasn't invested in.
Well, I felt like, I mean, as much as I loved seeing Jeff Combs...
Yeah!
He did
I was
nothing.
Like, he was
he
totally
did one thing and
superfluous,
left.
other than the fact that... I wonder if it was like a case where the writers like, you know, the fucking...
It's the
the
finale.
reptilians would just absolutely waste Enterprise, so...
Okay, here's the question then. They get to Earth. There are no Earth ships.
Well, that's par for the course for Star Trek.
Yeah, but fucking why?
You know what?
Yeah.
They've been expecting fucking Xindi attack for the 15 months Archer's been gone.
You know what would have been really cool, I think? If they had done...
Vulcans?
No. Here's what I think would have been really cool. Is like, they're on the ropes. Like, Dagra's ship is about to get destroyed. And then, like, another ship, sir, Reed says. And we shoot out, and it's the Enterprise. No, wait! It's the Columbia!
I was
And
thinking that.
I
they're
kind of like that.
they're hailing us, and it's Captain Keith Carradine.
He's dead.
He died.
Oh, yeah.
That was the whole point. Archer had a sad because he died while
Oh,
mountain
that's
climbing.
right.
Keith Carradine's son,
Yes,
B.G.
it's
Robinson.
Captain Keith Carradine Jr.
But yes, I was thinking that, like,
It's Captain David Carradine.
it maybe even could have been, like, not quite done. Like, maybe some of the cowling over one of the nacelles wasn't there.
Yeah.
Or, you know.
Okay, I like that idea
Or
better.
maybe it's just piloted by Forrest. Maybe he took command.
Why not? Yeah, because as it's always nice to see Jeffrey Combs.
Yeah.
He had no fucking reason to be in this
None
episode.
whatsoever.
And they barely used any of him, like, being useful or, like, being a character who's anything. He had no motivation to be around Earth at this particular moment.
No. And like you said, like, they're expecting attack, so why aren't their ships there? And they've already established in this show that most of their fleet is still kind of just in the immediate area.
Right.
I mean, at the end of fucking season 2 that led into this bullshit, you know, the Klingons chase them to Earth and are shocked to find Earth ships there.
Right.
Including that little, like, half-saucer thing that comes in and saves their ass.
Huh.
Where was that? The point of that ship is that it stays in the Earth's solar system as a security vessel. Where the fuck was that one?
Saw a taco and had to, get distracted. I mean, or at the very least, because I don't think it should have been Andorians to
No.
the rescue. If anyone, Vulcans, because they owe the Earthlings, and also they know what's going on.
Yeah.
So weird. It's just a weird
here's the thing,
choice.
though. I like that it's Shran because, I like that it's the Andorians. It's not the Vulcans because the Vulcans are such dicks.
Yeah, but this could be them being less dicks.
But I don't like that
Why?
because the contrast between to Paul, who understands what's at stake, versus the rest of the Vulcans who are just holier than thou. I like that there's that dichotomy a bit.
Yeah, but they can't be just this monoculture.
No, but like
T'Pol can't be the only nice Vulcan.
Well, no, and I think we should in the future meet some other Vulcans that are less like Soval and more, or maybe Soval should lighten up. But I don't know. I like that it's consistently the Andorians who are like putting their money where their mouths are.
I like your Columbia idea best so far.
Yeah,
I think that would
idea.
be. I think that would have been dope because like they've teased us all season with the idea of Columbia.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, it's still months away. It's like, well, no, maybe
it's been months. Come on.
They've rushed it. You know, we didn't get all the stuff we wanted installed, but we got just enough that we could come out and help.
Yeah, like I said, she's not. Maybe even the nacelles aren't even lit. You know, because they don't need warp. They're already just around Earth.
Yeah.
For a hot second, I thought it was going to be like, it's the Enterprise from E Squared, and these people are back.
No.
Millions of little floxes.
It could have been the Andorians and a Vulcan ship, and sort of the implication, because I was thinking this during the episode, is like, I think these fucking sphere builders just grandfather paradox to themselves. By, like, trying so hard to destroy the Federation before it happens, they actually help create the situation that causes them all to come together.
Aw, that'd be sweet too.
Well, the other thing, though, is... So the future with the Enterprise J that Daniels brought us to...
Stupid J.
now doesn't exist because the spheres don't exist. Because that future was one where the spheres had converted more of the region.
Unless that was a second attack?
I don't know.
But again, why would they need a second attack if this first one had succeeded? Which
Maybe
it
that
clearly
becomes
didn't.
the first attack?
Yeah, I don't know.
And I've gone cross-eyed.
Yeah, I think that whole Enterprise J future is no more.
Good.
Listen,
It's an ugly ship.
Whenever Daniels shows up, it's a mistake.
Yeah, everything Daniels has shown us never happened. Hopefully.
I mean, he does show us, look, Archer, you're so important. Don't go blow up on the weapon because you have to be here for the Federation founding. And Archer's like, but I don't want to do anything you say.
Well, this is the one time I agree with John. I fucking hate Daniels. I want him thrown into a wood chipper.
He just shows up just to fuck shit up a little bit and then disappears. It's like, we don't need this. We got shit to do, man.
Do we even need that scene? Because
No.
it wasn't even here's information or a trinket that you'll need for your quest.
Not in the least.
Well, he was saying if you go to the... Here's what I think they were doing. I think he was saying, if you go to the sphere and get yourself killed... Or if you go... I keep calling it the sphere. If you go to the weapon and get yourself killed, the Federation is not going to exist. And then, in the future, when Enterprise shows up at Earth, and Earth isn't there, we're like, oh my god, he's right. The captain died... and there's no Federation, or there's no Starfleet even. It's like somehow that fucked everything.
Yeah, rippled backwards.
So for like a hot second, we're thinking Daniels was right, and then we see the fucking Nazis, and we're like,
Earth was there. There weren't people communicating.
There wasn't Starfleet.
Right.
Starfleet
You said Earth wasn't there, and I was like, what do we got? I got lost.
The Earth that we expect to be there.
Yeah.
It's still unclear to me though. Because we saw those like P-51s or whatever. The planes.
B-52s. No, that's a plane.
It's a different kind of plane.
Well, it's also a plane, isn't it?
But yeah, but it's a bomber. Those are like little fighters.
Well, I'm just enjoying planes.
It's unclear to me whether Enterprise itself is in the 40s or if they're still in their present day in the 22nd century.
Well, it's just for teasing for next season.
We'll find out next week.
Be teased.
Like, if they did travel back to the 20th century...
How? But we'll find that out
and
next
the
week.
Zindies weren't
did it
also
affect
affected?
the Zindies too?
Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
Where's Shran? What century is Shran in?
Did World War II just get delayed by 200 years for some reason?
No,
Stay tuned for season 4 of this fucking show.
Well, if World War II got delayed, then World War III got delayed, which means Ephraim Cochrane wouldn't have invented the warp drive.
Oh, well, I don't think they'd even have had the rocket.
That's what I mean. Like, everything's fucked.
So I've got a great quote from Brendan Braga. I can't remember who said Nazis, but we all just somehow ended up with Nazis. That didn't even feel like enough, so we decided to make them alien Nazis.
Nazi aliens from outer space.
Really, I had this crazy dream where, like, the crew of, like, a Starfleet crew was fighting Nazis in Nazi times. It's like, no, you were just watching Voyager.
Patterns of Force.
Yeah, you were just watching
Better Star Trek.
That wasn't some genius idea you had. That's just actual shows that we've made already.
Yeah, like E Squared and Doctor's Orders.
Yeah. Connor Trenier has basically stated that he believes the producers deliberately created the ending so fucked up and weird that if they canceled the series there,
nobody would care.
The reaction would make the executives miserable.
Oh.
Is the quote that Trenier says. Like, this is not where you can end a series because you will be fucked by it.
Yeah. I mean, as cliffhangers go, it's pretty cliffhangery. I'll give them that.
But it's
still
absurd.
dumb.
Yeah, of course.
Here's an idea, fellas. Don't feel compelled to end on a cliffhanger. Just fucking wrap a story in a season.
It's also just like, it feels to me like quantum leaping.
Yes.
Directly from the Xindi arc into another like emergency crisis.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's too much.
There needed to be a release. There needed to be the heroes have come back, and you could have even I would have even been okay with Archer, like us just believing that Archer was dead.
Right.
And this ending the season with kind of bittersweet, where it's like, okay, Enterprise is returning to Earth, hailed as heroes, and we have a scene where they all get medals, and T'Pol looks over at the portrait of Archer that is there or whatever, and among the line of the other crew that died in the mission, and like we get that. And then save the reveal that Archer is alive and living in Nazi times or wherever.
Preferably not Nazi times.
Yeah, preferably not Nazi times, but whatever. Just reveal that he's not dead.
Even if
in next season.
Or because you have to have, if you want to have some kind of hook, but not have it be as stupid, and also again not lead right into another crisis. They get to Earth, the ceremony, just like you said, and then they're all just kind of sitting around. They're on the bridge of the Enterprise, waiting for their next set of orders. Maybe that's right. It's just in space dock, and like it's all shut down. T'Pol's on the bridge alone, having a sad. Trip walks in,
naked.
They're talking, and then there's like a little beep beep from Hoshi's console, like beep beep. Like, what the fuck? She goes and pushes a few buttons, like it's the captain. Fade to black.
So here I got part. Like I like this. I like where you're going with this. T'Pol is expecting to be the new acting, the new captain.
Trying on the new jumpsuit.
And because we love copying better Trek, they get instead assigned a new captain who's a dickhead. Oh wait, no, that's just a repeat of the pilot.
I was gonna say it's Jellicoe.
No, it's just Archer again. I don't know, but yeah, some other captain, and then we have like maybe a couple episodes at the beginning of next season where you have like the crew trying to deal with this inexperienced captain before like Archer's like, you're in my chair. I don't know. I'm just like, I don't know, anything but this.
Yeah, so
this
dumb.
This is such a. It does not feel satisfying. It feels like we did not actually complete the story arc.
Yeah, and it all ended just so abruptly.
Yeah,
and then like I said, launched right into Nazis.
Yeah, like destroying the sphere was literally you just shoot it in one spot for a long time. That seems boring.
Yeah.
Destroying the weapon was you just go in and do like a Zelda puzzle. Come fucking on.
That's unfair to Zelda puzzles. They can be much more complicated than that.
I do like I didn't mind destroying the sphere the way they did. I wish that they had shown like if they had found some way to communicate that like the effect rippled out throughout the whole network by like showing like distant,
like a Praxis explosion,
or just distant explosions maybe.
Yeah, I mean I think they tried to, but didn't commit.
Yeah, they showed like one or two crumpling under the stress.
Well, maybe Star Trek also understands that you wouldn't be able to see these things from distance, unlike Star Wars.
Watching Caitlin this whole time because you're kind of, I can tell you're sleepy and like you're like just kind of like just nodding along.
It's making for very good podcasting here. I have nothing to add. Nothing happened in this episode. Everything happened in this episode,
Yeah,
but also nothing.
Well, again,
It
it was
feels
just...
like they checked off the things they needed to do, and then had an entirely absurd ending.
Yeah.
Oh, also, the Mako count made no sense.
Bringing 3 people?
Well, no, because last week we talked about they only brought 3. As it want me, the ship's too small. No, the ship is fucking enormous. But also, I am fairly certain, like, at least 2 Makos bit it during the fight, but 2 made it back alive.
I couldn't tell.
1 plus 2 plus 2 plus 1.
Also, there was like, maybe I misread, because I wasn't paying super close attention to the end of the episode where he picked the team, but I don't remember there being a really tall black guy, and there was a really tall black guy with them.
Oh. Yeah, I thought he picked 3 white guys.
That's what I thought too.
Huh.
Maybe like they got on the ship and
Hang on, I can check, because I actually looked up their names earlier.
Oh, great.
and Archer's like, what? Only 3 guys read? What are you, fucking Rambo? Jesus, go pick another.
Or alternately, read just white guys?
Oh God.
This is Star Trek, man.
You don't know ladies? No fucking black
Yeah, where's
guys?
Mackenzie,
Yeah,
who Hayes specifically told us to lean on?
What about Chang? He seemed like he knew what was going on.
I think everyone was just like, no, you that man's not allowed to be in seats with me. He's prettier than all of us.
This may take a while. Continue talking.
Oh, God, what about?
Oh, Mako.
Well, at least this season is over,
So
am
here
I
we go.
right?
Oh, better get Mako.
All right, so we had Woods. Oh, Woods was the black guy. Okay.
Oh, okay, I
sure.
Somehow didn't notice.
According to Memory Alpha, Woods is the black guy.
But he was not. Was he one of the guys that Reed
I
picked?
don't know if that's like from the lineup in Countdown. I'm not sure.
Because I remember the Countdown lineup just being all white dudes.
We got Romero is a guy. He has an indiscernible face on Memory Alpha.
And it certainly sounds like, you know.
And then Forbes was the young fresh-faced guy who got thrown off of a railing by one of the Zindi.
Are you sure he wasn't just? Are you sure he wasn't just climbing over it to escape being blown away?
Oh, God. And then the fight between John and Johnny Lizard.
Oh, terribly choreographed. I wonder if a lot of it was because Scott McDonald just couldn't move under all that stuff.
Yeah, that suit's not made for fighting.
Or see out of those eyes very far.
Oh, really? That's not surprising, I guess.
Yeah,
But yeah, there were
rough.
There were definitely shades of the Gorn in this fight sequence.
So
Right?
slow.
Really goofy, slow-moving, like, dumb shots.
Definitely not intentional, but it is funny that it's a lizard man and he's still...
There was that one moment where he grabs John's foot and spins it, and John did
It was
that
ridiculous.
weird spin.
Yeah, that was wild.
We didn't even mention the mouse toast.
Oh
at
my
the
God,
start.
that,
That
I'd
was
already
so
forgotten it.
upsetting.
Oh, it was so stupid.
It was just to make them cartoonishly evil. Fucking dumb.
They were just normal mice, too. They weren't even, like, alien things.
It's
Seriously, glue like little fucking antlers to them or
Okay,
something.
I'm imagining a scene where like they're like, oh, these mice were good. Where'd you get them? I don't know. He picks up the box like product of Earth.
Product of flocks!
But they're like, shit, cancel the attack. We love these
Call
things.
it off. Call it off.
It's like how Zoidberg's people ate the sardines into extinction. That would have been a better resolution.
It was anchovies because
Anchovies, yes. They call it off because they realize Earth is the source of mice.
Yes.
All of space has mice, though. We've seen every planet has some
Because-
kind of rodent issue.
Because Earth infected them.
Okay, I'll allow
That's
that.
how Deep Space Nine has rats. See, wherever we go, we will bring rats with us.
On purpose?
No.
Okay.
Rats just get everywhere.
They do.
Gross.
Well, I already told you my theory about dogs that like humanity.
Oh,
just,
yes,
like,
you did.
Like other cultures, just like, oh, dogs are nice. Let's have dogs.
Yeah.
I did feel bad for Hoshi. There was a moment,
yeah.
a moment where I was like, could Phlox have just memory wiped her like he loves doing apparently now?
Yeah, when John was being all hard-ass, I was like, yes, there's the Season 3 John I know and hate.
Poor Hoshi.
Also, it was not at all clear, because I honestly think they probably didn't have this idea at the time, but it was not at all clear in the episodes leading up to this that the reason he wanted to bring her was to have her decode information.
He being John?
John.
Okay.
Because all he had said was, she's seen the inside.
Right.
And then suddenly
like it's a
this
maze.
episode, it's like, she needs to decode stuff, and she's been inside. Like, there's really a stink of a lot of last-minute rewrites between the last episode and this one.
It's also another thing of linguist,
Yeah.
not cryptographer.
Yeah. Well, this isn't even cryptography anymore. Now this is straight up, like, data decryption. Like, now we've really moved on even further from, like, code to programmer language. You gotta get fucking Norm from Fallout. He's your hacker.
Yeah, I think one thing with Enterprise is that they've kind of limited the things they can do because they have such a small cast.
Yeah.
And only 3 of them, like with the original series, only 3 of them get 95% of the stuff to do.
Mm-hmm.
So when they have Hoshi, and this episode actually did a pretty good job of giving everyone stuff to do throughout, which is a rarity on Star Trek in general.
Yeah, let's be honest. They're all kind of guilty of it to an extent.
Phlox is here, keeping our skin breaking out into fucking oil painting. Mm-hmm. Hoshi's here doing a decoding. Reed is off doing his thing. Everyone's very busy this episode, but you realize it is a very small cast.
Yeah. So
it's like, okay, Hoshi has to have all the extraneous jobs because we don't have enough characters. And Mayweather, you can do one thing.
That's a lot for him.
But you can do one thing real well.
I was actually thinking about this as the sort of the Star Trek issue of, like, how a lot of times, even with the better series, it kind of ends up mostly focusing on specific characters. And then other people occasionally get thrown a bone. And, like, DS9 was kind of the exception where they sort of managed to always remind you that the major cast was always around. And I kind of wondered if part of it was just a forced result of the setting of Deep Space Nine, because there isn't just like a bridge for the majority of the cast to be on all the time. Like they had their little operations center, but it's kind of too big to just have that shot where you see everyone at once. So like because of the nature of how they're kind of all scattered as it is, it forced them to kind of like actually remind you people were around. I think they also just had better people in charge.
I think they just read a written show.
Yeah. But I think it's also, I do feel like it's maybe a little easier to fall into the trap of like, well, of course Mayweather was there. We can see him the whole episode in the front. It's like, that's a little different, fellas. That's him acting as a...
Yes, that was a cardboard cutout, you see.
Yeah, no, Tony was like, yeah, I'm just gonna... You can sit there, I'm gonna have a sandwich. Walter's visiting.
Yeah.
What?
I don't know.
Which
literally blowing up the bad guy and then walking away from the explosion. It was just so cliche action movie.
Very cliche.
I mean, that's why I was saying it's like straight out of Insurrection when Picard like beams away right as Raffo gets fucking roasted.
Yeah. And there's just something a little, I don't know, fucked up about like just watching the guy as he realizes there's a bomb on his back that he can't reach. Yeah. And, like, turning behind the pillar just before he kerplodes. It's like, oh, that's...
Did Archer give him, like, a little smirk, too? Like, haha, I did that.
No, he gave him, like, a stern, stern, I did that.
This is what you get.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. That's allowed.
A stern, did I do that?
It's like, because we haven't done this in a while. It's like in Batman Returns when he sticks the bomb in the clown's pants.
Batman Returns is the second one.
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, the opening, the like
clown. Why is this always on Batman?
Why were there clowns?
Because for some reason they decided the Penguin was aligned with a circus.
Okay, but remember how we just did...
Yeah, don't think about it.
We just did the Joker, who's also aligned with clowns.
I agree, it's stupid.
I just...
Anyway, Star Trek.
Okay.
Anyway, Star Trek. I did write down in my notes, behold the power of pockets. Because Reed had so many toys in his pockets.
I couldn't help but think that the little bombs he gave Archer looked a lot like the remote mines from GoldenEye 64.
They did. They really did.
Did they also
the
have
remote mines? So the kind of like discs?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
So I kept thinking of the... This is also because Jake and I just rewatched this episode. Is it Apocalypse Rising, Jake? Where Cisco and the others...
Oh, they have the little doohickeys?
Yeah, they have the little doohickeys when they go into the Klingon ceremony chamber and they're putting up their changeling finding devices.
That's right. Weren't they egg-shaped, I thought?
They were like little balls.
Yeah, they
were
like
little cricket balls.
I also realized, so Archer and friends come out of the space corridor thing and they're like, there's Dahlum's ship, and only Dahlum's ship. Where did the insectoids go? So no one else gets to learn what happened to the insectoids and how they got double-crossed or triple or quadruple-crossed or what have you.
Maybe they kind of assumed since they were missing.
I mean, it sounded like they're just like, why did they leave the vortex? We'll never know. We just have to fucking do this.
Yeah, they probably... It sounded like they assumed that the insectoids went somewhere else.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, that reminds me of something dumb.
Good. There's a lot of those.
Maybe I misunderstood what they were saying, but it sounded like at one point Dahlem was saying, like, because they only had, or Dahlem's little lieutenant was saying because they only had 3 of the 5 codes.
It takes longer to...
Which doesn't make sense!
Like, they have to be closer or something?
You either turn it on or you don't. Like, if your system is a 3/5 majority, which we were talking about last week being dumb, is like... But there's still this weird, like, well, fine, you can have it, but it's gonna take a little longer. Fucking what? Who designed... Well, Deborah. But who decided on that? Like,
well, we don't know how it works. Maybe each of the codes... I don't fucking know.
Yeah, but that makes sense, motherfucker.
No way.
Okay, all right. So there's in cryptography, there's this idea of a multiple, having multiple keys where you need n of whatever. Like if you have like 5 keys, you need 3 keys in order to unlock whatever the thing is, right? Okay. So that's like a thing in computer cryptography. So the way that works is using like each of the keys is part of it, but like there's overlapping parts, right? So you know what I'm saying? So like
okay, I kind of
so like you only need a portion of the you only need like any 3 when combined has the whole.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? So maybe it's the type of thing where it doesn't work like that, and they actually have to like rebuild the other 2 keys, but they can rebuild it with enough data. I don't fucking know. I can't make it make sense.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, that's better than I could have done, so I'll give you that.
Like they do need all 5 keys, but using the data from 3 of the keys, they can rebuild the other
it has
2.
to like compile something.
Yeah, it has to compile the other 2, and that's why it takes longer.
Yeah, that's honestly, I think that's more thought than the writers actually put into it. So, congratulations.
It's a double parity system. I don't know.
No, you pulled something out that I am finding convincing enough. So well done.
I'm running very quickly out of things from my notes.
Because nothing happened.
Here's the thing: it won an Emmy for prosthetic makeup.
That's fair.
That's interesting.
That's fair. The makeup's good.
I did think
trans antennas were as antennae as ever.
Oh boy, they were. I also did think there were a couple moments where you could see like Hoshi's like fresh wounds.
Oh yeah,
just look like stickers.
They were pasted on. I was thinking though the lizardy dudes. I mean, they look good. Can't deny that.
Good. They're good looking dudes. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I think my remaining notes are just like Daniel's related in that Daniel's just is consistently telling John he's the most important human in all of fucking history.
He hasn't met Michael Burnham yet. Well, actually, he wouldn't because she would be in the future.
That's true because he's from.
Weird.
He's from the 31st century.
But I mean, also
2nd century.
Like, have you not heard of Jim Kirk or Captain Picard?
But none of them would have happened if it weren't for John Archer being such a prick all the time.
You don't understand, John. One day, captains all over the Federation will sit down with the big book of what not to do by Jonathan fucking Archer. You set the precedent of everything every captain is told. For Christ's sakes, don't do what John did.
It's a good book. I also think Daniels just occasionally shows up and borrows John to go to the movies with sometimes.
Probably.
It's like, I don't have a date to the movies today. I'll just pester John.
It's because he has no friends. He's the most unlikable man in space, which is saying something because he's in a show with Archer.
Who is? Who's the
Daniels?
Oh yeah, Daniels sucks.
Hate Daniels.
Daniels is like, I started Facebook so I could have friends, but I still have no friends.
Cool. Tops, bottoms.
Wow, good segue, Jake.
What a terrible season. It doesn't deserve better.
I'm glad it's over. I think it got more watchable toward the end of the season.
Yeah, like the last 4 episodes.
Because they were they found the plot at that point and realized, okay, this is where the show has to go to finish up.
We'd figured this out ages ago.
Were they good as episodes? Who knows? But they had the plot to get us to the end.
I'll go first.
Okay. Are you going to start with tops or bottoms?
Yo, we are starting with tops. Fucking season deserves to be nothing but bottoms, frankly. But
bottoms.
Yeah. Segueing off what you just said, I'm going to give 2 to The Council and Countdown.
2 what?
As the best? Or
2
the worst?
2 tops.
2 tops.
Council and Countdown.
Wow.
Because, like I said...
In any order?
Fucking...
It doesn't matter. Don't worry.
Council was better than Countdown, I guess.
Oh, I put it in the wrong order already then.
I would have said the same.
Because, like you said, they found the plot. I mean, again, as I said last week, it's very frustrating in retrospect that it took them that long. But as far as this season goes, it felt like Star Trek for the first time in weeks. So, by that metric alone, there's so many failings with it, but there's so many failings this whole season. So, that's why they've made the top. good for them. And similitude
Cool.
for acknowledging that John actually is a dickhead. And
Phlox too.
Yeah, and good work from Connor Trenier is making Sim just different enough that you're like, yeah, no, this is the same guy, but not, and stuff. So, yeah, similitude.
Very cool. Yeah, I'll go next, because usually I go last, so fuck it, I'll go now.
Oh, shit. We've all gone mad.
We've all gone mad. Well, it's not a character spotlight week. I only have the 3 things, and they're in my list. So, I'm going to give number 3 to The Shipment, because I really liked... What's his fucking name? Greylick Durr.
Yeah, he was a fun guy.
I really liked him, and I kind of liked how at the end you could kind of see, like, this is the lesson John should have, like, if there was a lesson here that John learned, it was this. We don't know if he actually learned it, but here's what the lesson should have been. Don't judge all Xindi the same. So good for him. I like Greylick Durr. Number 2, I'm going to give to Similitude for those same reasons. Like, Trenier rocks it, and it's a fascinating concept. And Jesus Christ, Phlox is a monster. Mm-hmm. So it's a fascinating thought experiment, and they do a pretty good job making you think about it and how, holy crap, does John and Phlox get it wrong. But I'm going to give number 1 to Twilight, because I thought that was quite clever as well. Older John and, what's her name? T'Pol. Living in the future with no memories. I'm a sucker for a no memories episode, so... That was a good one for me.
I definitely thought long and hard about that one. So it's a good punt.
Well, my list was complete overlap with Ames, so I'm going to
shit.
I'm gonna keep Twilight and Similitude on the list, and then I'm gonna try to find, because the third one was kind of a toss up. I'm looking at the list right now to see if I can find another one. Just because it's. I feel like there was the turning point of the season. I know that, like, the last couple episodes...
Why don't you want to overlap with me? Jeez.
Well, I don't mind. I just feel like, it's nice to have more variety, right? So I'm going to say, I think a good turning point moment of the season where it started to get a little better was episode 18, Azadi Prime.
Okay.
Azadi is another one of the highest ranked this season.
It really is, yeah. So that's the one where Archer goes off to do a suicide mission and gets captured.
It's where they find the weapon on that water planet.
Oh yeah, the other time where Archer ignores advice from Daniels.
Yeah. That time I wanted him to listen to him.
But that episode also has some really fucked up shit. Like, that's where he destroys the listening post.
Yeah, but he does feel bad about it.
He does feel bad,
and that's that turning point you talked about.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, okay, we're actually going to acknowledge this terrible shit we're doing. But yeah.
Yeah, but like only for a second.
Well, you're back in season 1.
Are you picking season 1 episodes?
Yep. The IMDb gave Twilight 8.6.
Twilight a good episode.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Twilight might be my favorite.
Which one's that one? Is that the one where
That's where Archer's memories are gone.
And he thinks he's Xindi and he's trying to go back to the home planet or whatever?
No, what? It's the one that takes place in the future after Earth's destroyed, and T'Pol is Archer's caretaker, and he loses his memory every day, and she has to retell him the story.
Yeah, that is a good episode. All right, well, Twilight. I definitely also was going to pick Similitude.
Sweet, do it.
I liked Similitude. And, like, even though... it's one of our great examples of the Doctor and Archer, like, getting up to no good and doing fucking horrible things. I think part of what it makes it so good is, like, knowing that that's what's going to happen. I don't know. I think they actually handled it pretty well, and yeah.
Also, Connor Trenier.
Yeah, Connor Trenier is a gem. Oh, well, Hatchery, obviously. I'm actually inclined to give it to Proving Ground.
I thought you would.
Yeah, Proving Ground's all right.
I was surprised Chris didn't.
It's got Shran action.
Where can you go wrong?
I don't think you can. Is that everything? That's all I needed, right?
Wait, so did you actually say Twilight?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have...
These are in no order. So
I'm not going to tell you what they are because it will be out of order, but I want to just let you all know that I have 6 bottoms. So whatever the 2 of you choose, hopefully I'll have some unique ones I can pick.
Let's see. I appear to have...
No, because the whole point of me having 6 of them.
Why do you suddenly not want to have overlap? Well,
because I think it's more interesting when we have a variety of opinions.
You're just giving me more screen grabs to get you, son of a bitch.
Well, do you want me to go first?
No.
Okay.
We'll go in the same
I see here. It actually looks like there are 24 bottoms this season.
Which is good, because usually seasons are 26, so we did get 2 episodes free.
Yay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Imagine
Oh,
those are
boy.
great
Wait,
episodes.
did you go yet, Ames?
Yes.
She just went.
Oh.
No, she went before you.
I went before.
Oh,
I went after
that's
Chris.
right, that's
Yeah,
right, that's
I went
right.
third.
Right.
She went fourth.
I don't know what the fuck's
Chris
going
went
on.
first.
Okay.
She went second.
What's
I
on
went
third?
You went fourth. Then Chris went first.
First base.
Ames went second. Third. Fourth. First. Third. Second.
Fourth.
Fourth.
Second.
Third.
First.
Third. First.
Second. Fourth.
Godzilla.
All right. Now that we've got that all
There
clear.
goes Tokyo.
Chris?
Go, Godzilla.
I believe you are...
First.
Got it.
I was hoping to use that time to figure out what order I actually want these in, but I'm still not sure because they're all fucking terrible for basically the same reason.
Just any of the above.
Fuck it.
Are they all John is a monster episodes? There's a number of those.
I'm gonna go with number 3, Hatchery,
Oh, only 3. Shit.
where the lesson is if you're crazy, you're gonna do the Star Trek thing, apparently.
Not even one of my 6.
Wow.
Whoa.
Number 2, fucking Harbinger.
Ooh.
We're gonna torture
What's your
this
number
man
1?
alive with no evidence that he's actually bad, and I guess T'Pol's been taking drugs for no reason out of nowhere.
yeah.
Oh, and don't
So
forget Reed
stupid.
being a dick.
Yeah,
Well,
yep,
that's
that whole
just
fucking
Tuesday,
fight thing, like that, just such a bad episode. And number 1, perhaps unsurprisingly, Damage.
Oh. Which one?
Damage.
Oh,
Also
Damage.
not on my list.
Remind me what's bad about Damage.
Piracy.
Oh, okay.
And John acting like
Well, that-
this is where he's stepping over the line.
Yeah, I might have
It's
to
like,
do something that I'll regret.
John, you motherfucker.
So you say, perhaps not surprisingly, no, I'm entirely surprised that's on your list.
Yeah, I'm kind of
because-
surprised too. It's not.
Oh,
a
I
bad
feel like
episode.
it's-
Yeah, I think it's
Such
a,
words.
I think
I
it's
feel
a
like it's-
decent episode.
Yeah,
It's
it is a
just-
good
it's just
episode.
bad.
It's morally bankrupt.
Well, let's see.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm not surprised. I ain't surprised that I feel like it's the one I probably. The amount I bitched about it, I thought it wouldn't surprise people that I picked it.
Wow.
Not to say that you would have picked it, but
no,
that
I'm
did.
pretty surprised
I'm
because
almost
it is a
surprised.
good episode.
Oh yeah, no. For me,
Again,
it's,
especially compared to the rest
again
of
for
the
me,
shit.
it's just the fact that it's such a philosophically
Hippocratic.
hypocritical episode. Fucking enrages me.
All right, cool. Number 2.
Number 2, that's me. I'm
Ames.
number 2. Number 3 from number 2.
No, I'm number 3.
Shut your face.
Who is number 1?
Oh,
Oh, it's Chris.
Well, number 3, I'm giving to fucking North Star. A waste of goddamn time.
Also not on my list. There's so many shit
Wow.
episodes this
This
season.
is so fascinating. Jake.
Only one of his has so far been an overlap with mine.
I will
Wow.
say, North Star was definitely in consideration, but at the end of the day, I had to give it to my philosophical rage over my quality hate.
I didn't think it was good, but I didn't mind North Star.
I just felt it was such a bullshit waste of time episode. Like, there was no good reason for there to
Nope.
be fucking cowboys in space. The fucking, like, oh, we're gonna learn about the racism is just didactic and shit.
And again, in
Explained
this
it. They were just
season,
They were just copying Stargate. They explained this.
yeah,
Well, I hated
The
it, and it did
Gould.
not belong.
It's the Gould.
And it was dumb.
it was.
And I didn't like it. And then it just have a lot of overlap because Harbinger is holy shit deplorable and
Yep.
everyone's a monster in it.
Yep.
Because we've got freaking Reed being a baby, being a big baby, all episode long. We have Archer and Phlox willingly torturing a man who they just met
Yep.
and know nothing about.
Nope.
Did like the bum. The bum was okay.
Good bum.
But, and I even said it like then, like, it feels like they're just smashing 2 dollies together to make them kiss. And even though I'm into it, it's still very, very contrived, and god damn it. So Harbinger, god damn it. But my number 1 god damn it is the thing I yell about the most, and that's Hatchery, because Jesus God, why does everyone want to kill innocent babies on this show?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't get it.
Baby.
I don't get it. Let's mutiny about how John isn't killing enough babies. What the fuck?
All right.
Well, it's a good thing that there's no real life equivalent occurring right now that we could try to liken this to and ask questions about.
Okay, don't get us canceled.
What are we going to be canceled from? Who? I mean,
Church.
So Jake, how many non-overlaps
All
do
right.
we
Well,
have
let's
still?
see. So, what did your 3 were? What?
Hatchery, Harbinger, and Damage, and I was North
Right.
Star, Harbinger, and Hatchery.
Okay. Well, so the only overlap I have with either of your lists is Harbinger.
Is that going to remain on your list?
I'm gonna put it on there on the hopes that it might get the sweep because it is quite terrible.
Oh, it's fucking awful.
Don't tell Caitlin that now.
Well, no, I don't
She'll
want to.
either do it on purpose or fuck you over specifically.
Anywho, so I'm going to say of the other ones on my list, I'm going to go with.
Yes.
Oh, I get it now. It took me a long time. Like Baker Street. Why? Baker Street. Nope.
Carpenter
Baker
Street.
Carpenter Street. I hate Well, no, I did hate Carpenter Street.
Yeah, Carpenter Street. Well, it was stupid because it was a weird, like, just pointless time travel. It was like, the writer's just like, we need to do a time travel episode for no fucking reason.
And bring T'Pol, but have to hide her ears the whole time. Let's bring the alien and only the alien into the past.
Yeah, it was just, it was dumb. It was a waste of time. It didn't make any sense. Yeah. And
you
just
still got like 4 to choose from, don't you?
Yeah, I do, and that's the hard part. So, I want to say this one, but I don't want to miss this one. I'll save them for honorable mentions.
I was gonna say, pick 2 more and then go after me. That's all. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
I'm gonna give it to Doctor's Orders.
That's one. That's literally just one.
That's one of them, and the reason
one of the episode.
Yeah, the one. Yes.
The one that's just one.
The one that's and that's why I'm picking it, because it's just a carbon copy of a much better episode. Didn't need it.
Mm.
That had definitely been under consideration for me.
And it was a Phlox-centric episode, which automatically takes it down a few
points.
It's like starting at a 6.
Yeah,
and it's only down
starting at a deficit.
It's so funny that so many fans love fucking Phlox.
It's so weird. He's deeply unlikable.
Caitlin.
Oh, well, what's unlikable to Caitlin?
Oh,
I put Jake's.
I didn't realize that. I thought
I
you had one more.
I had Harbinger.
Right. Okay. So Hatchery.
Mm-hmm.
Yay!
Almost
absolute
sweet for
bullshit.
Hatchery.
Hate it. You know, the thing is, I don't feel like I disliked Harbinger that much. I mean, I'm not saying it was good, but I really didn't like Regine. Vagina, whatever her name is, didn't like it. It was so obvious. It was just really obvious, and
that was on my list.
And well done. And North Star does suck. Carpenter Street sucks. Chosen Realm.
That was also on my list.
Oh god, yeah, the weird religion one.
Religious.
Yeah.
So lame. So
I have more overlap with Caitlin than I had with either of you.
Fascinating. So what were your 6 then, Jake?
So my 6:
Harbinger,
Carpenter Street, Doctor's Orders, Regine, Chosen Realm, and the one that no one else said, Exile.
Yes, Exile sucks. That would be an honorable mention for me.
Exile.
Only because of the weird sexual shit with Hoshi.
The weird sexual shit was weird, but the guy himself.
was
was
pretty
an interesting
cool.
character.
The guy himself was pretty cool. If it didn't get creepy sexual, it would have been fine.
For me, it's more like it didn't get creepy sexual enough. You know?
Yeah.
I would have liked it better if there had been a little more creepy sexualness. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not. I'm kidding. I'm not. I don't know. I'm not sure anymore.
I mean, I feel like, with this season, you could pretty much make an argument for any of them.
That's true.
Being
Here's
bad.
the thing. I didn't. The only one I'm not sure I agree on. What was the one that I didn't agree with you on? Damage. Yeah, the one. Yeah, that one I actually.
I like Damage. Wasn't Damage a good one?
That's one with Casey Biggs, and they turned to piracy. And I understand why you don't like it, but I think. I mean, I disagree with the ethics of the episode. It's of like what the characters do, but I think as an episode, it's okay. But I don't disagree with any other ones.
I think, again, for me, it's like, as an episode, it's probably not. But in the light of everything that had come before it, it's like, I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, I do. I understand. I do understand why it's on your list.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
The ones that I just find like bad for other reasons. Like I also had like an honorable mention for Anomaly.
I don't mind Anomaly. That's the one with where they get into the sphere and find the cache of.
Christ, now I forget which one I'm on.
After an attack by Osarian pirates, Enterprise follows them to a mysterious sphere.
the one where he first tortures a guy.
Yeah.
Because I felt like that was the beginning of Archer being a fucking loser the whole fucking show long. So that one I was like, okay, this one's the beginning of the end kind of thing. And the other one I kind of have leaves a bad taste in my mouth. Even though a lot of people do like it, is Stratagem. Just because it's so... It leaves that weird bad taste in your mouth.
Which one is that again?
That's the one where he gets Degra to think that the two of them are friends.
Oh, that's
from
so
prison.
fucked up.
It's so
really
fucked up.
But that's another one where it's like fucked up, but
not a bad episode.
It knows it's fucked up.
It's like I don't have to agree with the morals of the episode to think it's a good episode. Like sometimes that moral outrage is part of what makes it a good episode.
Well, the thing though, it's like
Tuvix rather is a great episode.
You can Pale Moonlight.
I mean,
Pale Moonlight. That's a great episode, and it's definitely morally questionable.
But you don't get the idea that Archer thinks what he's doing is that morally reprehensible.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Not
with this
until
season.
about episode 19 of this season.
The problem with this season is for so much of it, the show seems to also not understand that it's bad. Like you said, Pale Moonlight, like everything in the writing, Cisco, they all understand that this is bad. Where so much of this
decide he can deal with it.
Yeah, but like again, having him do that little speech, having him delete the thing, like the show recognizes that the writers recognize it's bad, and Cisco is recognizing, he can live with it. He can't. It's in his tone. But like the show tacitly approves of so much of what happened this season. And that's the problem, is that the moral outrage is there, but the show is confused as to why you're mad at it.
I wonder if the Tal Shiar, they must have known that they'd have a better shot with teaming up with the Federation than they would with the Dominion. And that's the only reason they didn't expose Cisco's, because they had to have known. They're the Tal fucking Shiar. They had to have known that Vreenak went to Deep Space Nine and didn't come back.
Yeah.
They had to have known.
Yeah. Alternately, they were too busy in the middle of some fucking needlessly convoluted scheme and forgot to deal with that.
That's true.
Because they were giving themselves a weird fucking wedgie.
My only assumption is that they knew that it happened, they knew what Cisco did, but they liked the outcome, so they let it slide.
I could totally see that. Well, the 9/11 season is over.
But don't worry, Nazis next.
God, I hope they're actually the bad guys.
Nope, Archer. Archer's the bad guy now. Hooray!
Well, like I said while we were watching it, he fulfills his destiny and becomes Hitler.
Yikes.
So next week, we're launching into the final season of this fucking show. We are almost out of original broadcast Star Trek, everyone.
Well, it's going to be a real shame when it's over.
So weird. I remember when we started this felt like 1,000 years away, and now we're old.
And that's true, though, because has any subsequent Star Trek after Enterprise been broadcast?
They did
on linear television.
Eventually broadcast season 1 of Prodigy on Nickelodeon,
but not first run.
No, originally it was going to be first run, then they changed their mind.
So this is literally the end of the
right now,
the linear broadcasting era of Star Trek.
Yeah, unless they suddenly decide to air something on a network, which seems unlikely.
Seems unlikely because that's also not how people really watch shows as much.
No, not at all.
No.
Especially like bingeable shows like.
But it's the
like
end of an era.
Yeah, what a wet fart to go out on with Stormfront Part 1 and Stormfront Part 2 and Chakotay, I assume?
Chakotay!
And Chakotay! So look forward to that. Follow us on Facebook and Tumblr. This week, again, there wasn't a character spotlight, so it's going to be our tops and bottoms with some screen caps and snark from Ames.
Such snark.
So enjoy that. This has been Chris.
This has been Ames.
This has been Caitlin.
And this is Jay.
I was thinking that.
Day bow bow.
Day bow bow.
Skibidi.
Day bow bow.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Uh-oh.
Oh god, the Zindi overlords are here.
Nomad woke up here. I'll shut him off.
I told you to shut Nomad off.
Well, you told me we had to. I don't know.
Hi, buddy.
Oh, he wants your computer cord so much.
That's fair. Hi, buddy. That reminds me of my Facebook memories today. There was the story of the time someone's sheep herding dog herded a lawnmower robot.
What? That's funny.
Is he going back to bed? Come on, buddy.
As long as he
You
can,
do
as
it.
long as he can navigate his way around.
Go to bed. No.
He has it confused.
All right, Nomad, just remember, you're just an appliance. Don't be out here trying to follow your dreams or whatever.
This unit is perfect.
Good boy.
Wait for it. He might scream.
Scream?
Okay. Or well, there's that, but there's also he might like vacuum out his guts.
Fair enough.
Yeah, he likes,
think
he likes to barf into that machine, and it's really loud. All right, anyway. Where was I?
Who knows?